Broken Bells at the Bing Lounge. Wow, it is so good to see you again, James.
Thank you.
I hope you will. I'll hope you will know that when I first heard this album, I put myself back under the disco ball in the 1980s, and I'm like, if I tell him that, is that going to tick him off?
I'm pretty stoked about that. I mean, I like the idea that we could get people moving.
I wear a tutu occasionally when I listen to Broken Bells, just a thing.
That'll do. That's fine. That's
perfect. Do you think there will come a day when Broken Bells will open for the Shins? That'd be a lot of work for you.
I would get really confused, I think.
I'd be into that.
Just you even saying that, I started to spin.
Now, I was lucky enough to see the Shins. I had to leave Denver, or to move to Denver for a while, and I saw you guys at Red Rocks, one of the greatest venues ever. Do you guys have a favorite venue to play?
Do you have one?
The 40 Watt in Athens, probably, but that's just because I'm from there, and it's I'm a little biased. I'm sure nobody here's ever been there, but I don't know.
Edgefield? It's one of my favorites.
That is a cool place. I've done that. You know what's a cool place, actually, that I always enjoy playing is the Doug Fir.
Oh, yeah.
It just sounds good, and there's a cool vibe there.
And they've got a cool background thingy, whatever that is.
Yeah, now they do. Yeah, they've changed it up a little bit.
Recently, you know, Robin Williams, of course, the whole story is kind of heartbreaking. You wrote a song in the Shins, It's Only Life, about helping your friend through depression. Is there anything that you did special that you think someone else could latch onto, and if they see the signs of someone, just help them out?
Man, I don't know. I mean, that song at least was me just saying that I've been through stuff too. You know, so I guess in my life when I've been feeling anxiety or those sorts of negative passages we kind of go through, I think it's the warmest thing is to just have somebody you can commiserate with. But of course, I can't really comment too much about that terrible situation, but that was my attempt in that song. You know, I mean, that's what you want to do when you know somebody who's having a hard time. You just want them to know that you care and that you understand, and that I don't, man, yeah.
Brian, I'm very curious because you're such an in-demand producer and you have never worked with a band more than 3 times. And yet you've said about Broken Bells that you guys might actually do more than 3 albums together. Why? What's the magic here?
It's just kind of easy. You know, we get along really well, and I know it's a really boring answer, but it's true.
Well, it's also your
That's
band.
why people are married, too.
Yeah, it's a band. It's a part of a thing. I mean, when you start something, you just don't imagine it ever ending. If it's something that, means something to you, you don't figure, well, this will all collapse and fall in about 5 or 6 years, but let's go for it anyway.
Right.
It's not what
That's how we do in radio. So.
Well,
that's how we do relationships.
More people probably should do that. Probably should think that way, I guess, or more things I should think that way about, but I just don't ever think that way about stuff. So this is only really the second band I've ever really been a part of, and yeah, it just seems like, why not?
Your life logistically just seems so overwhelming to me, and I wonder if you and Siri have a personal relationship, like Danger Mouse, go here now, do this.
Well, when you're on tour, they give you a sheet under the door pretty much and tells you where to be every day, and sometimes when I'm not on tour, I really miss that, because I just don't know.
We've been so happy with this album, with the fact that you're back in the Bing Lounge. Thank you so much for coming today, guys, and more music from Broken Bells.